shooter. He's for real. He's got good defensive skills, good rebounder. Something that goes underrated in that shot he hit against Maine South was the rebound after the free throw. He had to fight off a defender as well as shoot it. There we see a missed free throw, another one.
Gibson trying to draw the foul. It won't go, and the visitors get the board. Approaching a minute now in the third. Franklin had a nice touch, but it wouldn't fall. Holden now with tempo. Good for Bost. Three. Nope. And rebounded by Franklin. Tried to go around the back, and it was last touched by Bost. But again, everybody in such a hurry here. Just slow it down a little bit, and possession might be held there.
Yes, I was going to say that. You know, it was good to see when Gibson got that rebound. I was hoping he would actually pulled it out because he was so caught up with so many defenders on him. He went and put it back up.
Yeah, both these teams are a little more talented than they're showing tonight. I think they're getting a little sped up. See the crossover move there, shedded Gibson to the floor.
Yeah, that was that old school Jordan push off. Crossover and push the man off.
And it really brought the North crowd to life, but still, it's just a 9-point game. Evanston controlling here the third. We got a timeout by Coach Ellis. 23.2 seconds remaining. Here's a replay of that little shake and go.
That's a push off, but.
That's what I said. That's that Jordan move that they refused to call. That's that famous Jordan move that someone said, who would really call it on Jordan?
I don't think Demarie Franklin's gotten to that state, to that point yet in his career.
I certainly don't either, Professor, but if you do look at the replay, his feet were not planted, and he was kind of moving backwards slightly clumsily. So
we're all great officials when it's at half speed.
Or, you know, critics maybe.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, looks like Stevenson's going to go into the locker room for the Vikings as he needs a bit of a medical care. The Vikings are really going to have to come out full throttle here in the fourth quarter and to come back in this one as Evanston seemingly taking control.
And you can definitely have to say credit and see where they're missing Stevenson. You know, we hope he's okay. Looked like he hurt his knee or something. Hope he's okay, but Evanston's got to continue to bury him because if he gets back in this game, it's going to definitely be a different ball game. So Evanston's got to keep playing their game. But, you know, but we got to recognize, too, what's been going on the last couple of minutes. We don't have Lance Jones and Matt Hall haven't been in the game. So, you know, Evanston's definitely showing some team basketball, as Professor Chris talked about earlier.
Evanston inbounds it. Final 20 seconds of the third. Excuse me.
You know, everybody talks about Blake Peters, but another underrated freshman. Gibson's given valuable minutes tonight as the one of the big guys.
Peters for three. In and out. And a good block by the Vikings. That'll do it through 3 quarters of play. Evanston Township 43, Niles North 34.
Yeah, that second half of that third quarter was deja vu of the first quarter. Evanston's hounding defense kind of sped up Niles North into turnovers, transition points. Same narrative as the first.
Have a look at midcourt as they honor Anastasia, who finished runner-up for girls tennis in the IHSA state.
That's actually the second year in a row she's done that. Just couldn't get over the hump. But I will say, going into her senior year, she did suffer an injury going into that senior season, and to fight back and get to the same spot she was the year before, great toughness.
Definitely. Congrats and kudos go out to her. That's a great accomplishment.
To quote George Carlin, tennis is just ping pong while standing on the table.
Or is ping pong just
All net games are derivatives of ping pong,
You lost me at derivatives.
including volleyball, which is racketless team ping pong played with an inflated ball and a raised net while standing on
What
the
is
table.
basketball in relation to ping pong?
Basketball's basketball.
Good answer.
So definitely we see Stevenson's back in the game.
We got to get you some George Carlin records, Professor. One
Basketball
of the sharpest sticks in the batch.
Basketball has 2 nets instead of 1. And the ball's bigger, no rackets. Other than that, it's the same sport.
She was playing tennis, bro.
All right, who wants it more? Battle of the frenemies right now.
Franklin, he got fouled.
I struggle with the push off and the hand, and I don't know why Evanston does just try not to step back from that.
Yeah, if they take one flop, I'm not an advocate of flopping, but one flop would do wonders for the kids right now.
Boss with huge speed up the court. Franklin trying to equal the task, but Gibson got a swat on it.
Yeah, great defense by Gibson. So
here's a look at that replay of coast-to-coast Boss.
That was a great job to teardrop that one.
Claiborne hits a big 3 for the visitors to make the lead now just 6.
So we see Jones is ready to check back in. We need Jones to bring the Jones of the first quarter back into this game right now.
Yeah, he's been sitting on 10 points since the middle of the second quarter.
Lead back to 7 now. Henley drained the first. Off target. Loose ball, and that'll go to the Vikings.
It was good to see some sportsmanship for a minute.
Yeah, this game has been lacking sportsmanship, that's for sure.
So it was nice to see that.
Indeed, Professor, as you're encouraging our players to take flops.
I don't think that's real. That's really has to do with sportsmanship. I think that's just gamesmanship right there.
You say tomato and I say tomato, my bro.
Gamesmanship and sportsmanship are different words.
Oh, boy. Here's Jones. What a play. Awesome. Claiborne trying to match, but it's blocked. Stevenson for 3. Off target. Good rebound by Franklin. Oh, and Jones looks like he's hurt. That's not good.
No.
And we've got a timeout on the floor.
I don't know if he twists something, if he got a cramp. Look, is he having a cramp? Can't look like he's cramping. Can't really tell. Anywhere we hope he's fine. He looks like he has a cramp.
Either way, he's off the floor now. And Evanston will be without him as he's getting some care over here. Here's Peters up the floor. Peters off the glass, it won't go. Rebounded by North. Claiborne with tempo. He's gonna take it himself, and it goes. And just like that, it's a three-point game again.
And this is exactly what I was saying, where Stevenson makes a difference just with the body and the size being in the game.
Holding, unbelievable. It looked like he took 4 steps there, but they're gonna give him the and one.
That's a big, big shot right there.
Yes, that was a very important and big shot. I agree, Professor Chris. That was a very good shot. He's got to make the free throw, too. So it looks like Jones might just been cramping. He's over there kind of jumping a little bit. Yeah, he's cramping. They're stretching that leg.
Claiborne across the timeline. And he's going to be fouled by Boss.
We cannot go tit for tat with them on that. We're talking about that hand sticking out and sticking in there. Evanston's got to smarten up on that. They're catching us too many times with that.
Nice inbound, but it was blocked. Oh, and he maybe got a little bit of hand, and it looked like Claiborne will go to the line.
There have been a couple late calls from the refs tonight, and that was one of them.
Yeah, but the right call.
And Claiborne off target on the first one. Big miss.
Looks like Jones is about to check in again.
Henley will have a seat.
Chance of overrated coming from Evanston. These might be a little premature still. Over 5 minutes left.
Long bomb the ball, and he puts it in.
That's how you do it.
That was a really smart play from Bull, the freshman there.
Big bucket there by Franklin. Answer that.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't allow those shots to happen.
Jones all himself, what a play.
Yes.
Oh, and a hasty pass. Peters used his feet and knocked it out.
Here's a move, half court, just kept right on going. Nobody stopped him.
That was kind of a stick and move play by Jones there. It was a beautiful move. Anybody challenged that, you would have fouled him. Evanston's keep bailing them out of those moves. We've got to step off. We've got to step off. We can't keep giving them something to fall into.
.34 remaining in regulation. Claiborne trying to make it a 5-point game. And it's in and out. Jones has the rebound.
Go.
Almost a 5-second call. Gibson's off target there. That should have been a travel as the ball didn't hit anything and he caught it. Franklin. Three, tough shot, it won't go. And a rebound. The Vikings finally put it in there. Barif Smith. 4-point game again, and we've got a timeout by the Wildcats. 3:52 remaining in the fourth quarter. Evanston Township 55, Niles North 51.
And Chris, that was right there where those effort plays we were talking about. Niles North with multiple offensive rebounds finally put it in.
Still very subdued crowd here, to say the least, as everyone's getting a little nervous as the clock winds down. Here's a look at the replay as they hustle for that loose ball, and finally it's tipped in. Really good play there by Smith.
This game sure hasn't disappointed. 4-point game, under 4 minutes left. This deserves a sellout crowd.
You're right about that, Professor. Again, happy that you're with us tonight. Evanston Wildcats versus Niles North Vikings boys varsity basketball. Both teams in the top 10 here in the city of Chicago. Jones. Being meticulous here. Kicked it to Holden as Evanston looks to spread it out. Holden down the lane. Henley back to Holden outside. And Bull can't sink it. That's a big miss. Here come the Vikings. Claiborne. Oh, don't leave him alone. Oh, and he's off target there, but Franklin's been hot. And he drives to the cup there, and he puts it through. And again, just a 2-point game as the North has made it close. Evanston's got to get their act together as they've gone a little cold here in the past minute or two. Oh, and bailed out by a foul. As again, Barif Smith reaching in just a little too much, to the dismay of his coach. Oh, excuse me, make it Smart, who again wasn't very wise.
Yeah, he made a couple of those. I don't understand those.
Big bucket there to make it 3. 2:54 remaining in this one. The crowd on edge. Calm and cool. Holden puts it in. 57-53. Here's Claiborne now. He thought about driving and kicked it out to Franklin. Here's Franklin looking strong and off the glass. He draws the foul.
The ref again called that after the shot went up. These calls, they may be the right calls, but they are coming in a little bit late.
Sometimes I think they kind of get caught up into the play.
Hard not to.
2:39 remaining here in the fourth. Franklin's going to shoot 2. The Vikings are down by 4. And he gets the touch on the first one. student section raising a chair to try and distract Franklin on the second. And it goes. Again, North right in the mix. 2 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. 57-55. Here's Jones, got a pick. He's gonna take it. And a nice play by Lance Jones there. He made it all look too easy. Claiborne thought about the three, gave it to Franklin. Franklin driving, lost the handle. And here comes Jones, and he's fouled by Davis.
That was a big defensive play. It almost felt like one stop by either team would really swing the momentum, and Evanston got it.
Yeah, and then the Vikings number 5 tried to get a hand in there to pull, but the back ref saw that, so it was good to see that call because they could have really got away with a big foul right there.
Lance has struggled from the line tonight. Big free throws on his plate here.
Yes.
Again, brilliant action here tonight from Beardsley Gymnasium. Beautiful way to start Super Bowl weekend. Thank you for being with us. Here's the official. Niles North trying to get a substitute on the floor, and finally it's settled.
The Niles North coach got to be careful. You want to get a tech. This is not the time to get a tech here.
Good.
Big free throws here.
And Jones makes the first.
And Evanston's got to really get back and turn around and ready to play defense, as I noticed that the Vikings, they don't wait to take the ball out of bounds. They'll catch you sleeping if you try to celebrate too much.
Big free throws there from the leader, Jones.
Yeah, and I see that his leg is cramping again, so they have to pull him out on that one.
Lead back to 6, approaching 2 minutes. Claiborne does it all himself, takes it to the hole. It's in. Oh, and a bad play and turned over. Here's Franklin. That's just what North needed. And they rush it, and Franklin's fouled as he was a bit out of control there, but Winfield got a piece of him.
And you got to credit Franklin on North. He's a smart player right now. He recognizes that Evanston is not backing off, so he's doing what you want a player to do, is take it to him.
Franklin steps up to the line. These are must-makes here for the Vikings. And the touch is in. 3-point game. 1 minute, 50 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
Big swing in the game right here. Evanston was up 6. North has a chance to cut it to 2 with about 30 seconds coming off the clock in total.
Franklin. He puts it in. Ice water in his veins. One possession game. Boss. Evanston spreading the floor again. Boss. Tough shot, and it goes. 90 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
Evanston's got to compose himself. No fouls.
Tough shot as he tried to reverse it in with his back to the net. It won't go. Holden turned on the Jets. It was blocked by Franklin. Evanston got it back. Timeout by the Kits. 4-point game, minute 14 remaining. Evanston up 63-59.
That was a definite key rebound on Evanston. I haven't been doing a lot of great rebounding tonight, but that was a big key rebound by Gibson.
We see there the replay from that floater from Boss. He's come to play tonight, 18 points.
Well, I would say, Professor Chris, you called it because you said, you talked about at the beginning of the game where Boss could be a good player. that's kind of underrated in a little bit and stepped up, and he really definitely gave you a great definition of what you were talking about, the type of player he is. So great call on that one.
Yeah, mostly known as a defensive stopper. He's done well on Claiborne tonight, as well as filling it up on the offensive end.
And with that said, let's give a little love to Niles North, as Claiborne has had a 22-point night, as well as Franklin, who's been killer beyond the arc. He's got 19.
Yeah, Franklin in their last meeting had another big game, 27 points, 9 rebounds. He's not on pace for that, but he's had a great game nonetheless.
Yes.
Indeed, he's been one of their shining stars and kept it close here tonight as we approach 74 seconds remaining in this one.
Yes.
Only 4 points separate these two teams.
So Evanston kind of got to make sure they capitalize on this and they need a bucket here.
Inbounds, Gibson in the corner. And out here to the top. The Bost. And he's fouled.
He's very hands-on, number 11. That, you know, it's funny they weren't calling. I would be upset too because they weren't calling a lot before, but they are. See, there it is. Did it again. You got away with it once or twice, and you put your hands right back on there. But what's interesting, he's been doing this the whole game.
Smart play from Boss there to make the ref call it. Went towards the side where his hands were on him, made the ref blow the whistle there.
Key free throws, though.
Boss. And the first one's off target.
Yeah, that would have made it a 3-possession game there.
Evanston's got to play some good defense here right now. Good, smart defense. Not just good defense, but they got to play some of their best smart defense.
1 and 2 there. 5-point game. A minute left.
Claiborne around the back to Franklin. NBA 3. It won't go.
Good tip out.
And that's last off Peters. That's going to be the Vikings ball.
That was great tip out, though, by Deontay Henry. And we saw that Peters almost got it, but it went off him. But that great tip out.
Not too well executed on the defensive end there for that inbounds play from Evanston.
Yeah.
One dribble, easy layup. Definitely not what Coach Ellis had in mind there.
Yeah, no.
We've got a break on the floor, 3-point game. 50.5 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. 64-61. I must say that Evanston must really they'd have to mess this up to give it away, in my opinion.
But, you know, 50.5 seconds with the way these two teams been battling, that's a lot. Evanston's just got to come out, be smarter to 2. 3 points is nothing for both these teams.
Good look at our fan cam there as we're getting good shots of our student body. As everyone came out tonight in Evanston to support the Wild Kids. Capacity here inside the gym, not a seat available for anyone.
Yeah, that was actually a great play. It's not really too much Evanston could have really done with that. Maybe the weak side man could have stepped down a little low to try to throw him off, but that, you know, great move.
Do you know why people like bananas?
See a banana there.
They have appeal.
Good source of potassium, maybe.
They have appeal, man.
Yeah, here comes the puns. We almost made it through the game.
Never, man. Out of the timeout here, Wild Kids and both sets of fans now on their feet. Vikings and Wild Kids, it's just a cacophony of sound here. Evanston up by 3, they'll inbounds the ball, and here's Jones. Holden. Got it to Gibson. He slowed it down. Here's Jones. Nice play. Good basketball move.
Wow.
Evanston got lucky there. Would have been another carry, but he was fouled right before it. So, I mean, really, that was close, Coach. Here's a look at the replay.
Chris, I swear, he took the exact words out of my mouth. Said, "Oh."
Holden, as he crossed that free throw line, that ball was getting away from him, but he got a hand in the...
That side ref called that foul. He couldn't have called it a second later.
That would have been a big turnover. As
Holden's walking a thin line here.
Yes.
Between hero and GOAT.
Yes.
And not Tom Brady GOAT.
And these are 2 key free throws. Maybe add again. Not even just one. You need them both.
One would make it a 2-possession game, although there's too much time to start worrying about that.
No, indeed. You think Evanston's going to inbounds it here, and the Vikings are going to have to go. Oh, excuse me, they're shooting, aren't they? They're shooting free throws.
He's got to make these 2 free throws.
Make it a 4-point game. Got it.
Got to make this next one. Both of them are equally important.
Four points now. Stevenson's down, setting up for the 3. Good play by Henley, but the Vikings will keep possession. 5-point game. Franklin picks it up. The clock is the enemy now of the Vikings. He got shoved in the back, and that's a good call as Gibson gave him a little elbow there.
That was a not good defense, but a good foul after he realized that he was beat.
Yeah, because you don't want him to make the shot and then to get that's a 3-point right there.
Make him earn at the free throw line.
We see Franklin became their go-to person, so.
Big free throws here for Franklin, who's been really good all night for them.
Yes.
Now he's tied with Claiborne now, both with 22 for the Vikings. And the second one is in. Again, just a 3-point game. 30 seconds remaining. Inbounds. Here's Bost. Got it to Peters. They're going to have to foul here, but they poked it free. Unbelievable. Franklin lost the handle. Into the corner. Claiborne off target. Oh my, loose ball. What's the call? Last touch by Evanston. Viking ball. 14.2 seconds remaining. 3 points separate the teams.
This is eerily similar to the Maine South game. Peters did have a turnover right before he hit the game winner. We hope it does not come down to that tonight.
Well, the Vikings are going to have a chance here. You know they're going to try and set up a 3. It's their possession. They're going to try and get it to Franklin. You know it. Here's it goes. This is it. 10 seconds. I'm standing. Franklin. It's in. No. Tie game.
Hang on.
And the Niles North fans are going crazy. This game is tied.
I just say, the only thing I would say with that, we allowed him to shoot too wide open of a shot. I could not believe we allowed him to shoot such a wide open shot.
The Wildcat fans are stunned.
Yes, I mean, we allowed him to shoot too wide open of a shot. When you called it, we knew that was who he was going to.
Well,
that's been their go-to man for the last how many minutes of this quarter?
Can we call it Blake Peters time?
Evanston's going to have an opportunity here to loft one up to try and get the winner here. But we're tied up with 4.7 seconds remaining, and this game's got overtime written all over it unless Evanston can do something here.
So if Evanston is smart at this point in time, because it definitely looks like it deserved time back on the clock, wide open, wide open, wide open.
He's been money all night for them, and that's his 26th point.
Well, I said he wasn't on pace for 27. Now he is for sure.
Evanston's got to push the ball up the court and try to get a foul, or they've got to go to the bucket and try to get a foul with the intent to make the shot. We can't try to go for the three. We got to try to go get a foul.
And finally, with the help of the pep squad that we're hearing from the Evanston faithful, as they've been sort of quieted down by this visiting team.
Got to try to get the ball to your leader, Jones, in this situation. Maybe a kick out for three for Peters. First things first, though, got to get the ball in bounds.
Let's see what Evanston's drawn up here. Are they going to have another magic moment? Inbounds, Boss, 3, 2, 1. Oh, off the glass. We're going to overtime.
He got a good look there.
Yes, he did.
Got his shot off. It looked like it might have been on line.
Yes, he did.
He
little
certainly
extra basketball
did,
here.
That's brought the Niles North fans to life, and Evanston is a little bit quiet over there as we have 4 minutes to play for an overtime period. These teams are tied at 66.
Yeah. I cannot believe, though, Evanston is being this quiet.
There's the chance of "We Can't Hear You" by the visiting supporters, and Evanston saved by the pep band, as that's the only thing making noise in the West End. Unbelievable scenes here in Evanston. We're going to overtime.
And you called it, Chris. You said they're coming in for Franklin, and I cannot believe we left them that wide open. You called the play. I'm sure the coach, and as players, you got to know that he's been their go-to man for the last how many shots?
I hate to say it, but I think Niles North has a little bit of a momentum swing coming into overtime. See if Coach Ellis can draw something up defensively maybe to thwart that momentum early on in this extra period.
Very eventful game here tonight. We've had a lot of everything. And we're going into extra time. 4 more minutes are going to be needed to see what can separate these two sides. Niles North have tied the game 66-66, and to be fair, this game has not been tied since it was 0-0.
And I actually appreciate the fact that Boss was the one with the ball in his hand. I thought he actually was going to go all the way to the bucket.
And here's the jump. Both zeros go for it, and North has it. Here's Claiborne. Everybody standing inside the stadium now as the gym is popping. Here's Franklin with the tire. Oh! Oh, my!
Oh, good Lord. I don't want to get too excited for that, but you just can't not get excited. He just brought the house down with that jam.
Oh, my Lord. He elevated on that, and I must say I've never seen a dunk like that in this gym.
Franklin is not trying to win this game, folks. He is taking his team on his back, and he got the support there.
Poked out of there, and that's going to be a foul as he left his feet there to try and get the loose ball, but North is fired up here in overtime. Here's a look at that replay.
Cross Jones just elevated.
Oh, my. Franklin with authority, right-handed, right down the lane.
Now he does have more points than he had in the first meeting, 28.
Bolden with a big free throw to make it a one-point game.
I'm not exactly sure where the crowd came from. All of a sudden, the stands seemed a lot more crowded, maybe because people are standing, but the stands definitely seem a lot more crowded.
And the first lead of the day for the Vikings disappears that quickly. It's tied at 68. Here's Claiborne approaching 3 minutes remaining in the first overtime. Incredible scenes here from Beardsley Gymnasium. Into the corner and a little too hot to handle. And that's out of bounds. Evanston ball. Here's Jones now. Got it to Boss. 3 minutes. 3 minutes remaining in overtime.
Boss has been the most calm Wildcat for a while, just treating it like any other game, almost hit that game winner. See if he can replicate that calmness.
Stevenson on the defense. Here's Holden. He stepped on the line. The ref didn't see it. Oh, my. And the ball falls. That's crazy, Coach. He stepped on the line here, but they didn't call him out of bounds.
I don't know if we'll be able to see it on this replay, but he definitely did step on the line. Couldn't see it there, but from our view at the table.
At the point where the ref called that foul, though, that bucket should have been good. That's one of those, like we talk about, those were the delayed calls.
Tense scenes again inside Beardsley Gymnasium. 2:43 to play in overtime. 68-68. Already past 9 o'clock here in the Chicago area. Again, what scenes here from Beardsley Gymnasium? 2 minutes, 43 seconds to play in overtime.
Oh, he's shooting 2 shots.
Holden. Nice touch, got the first. Evanston now leads by 1. Holden drains the second.
So we've got to get back and play, find our smart defense going right here.
Here's Claiborne now. Stevenson's out for a touch. He's gonna kick it to Franklin. Oh my, Franklin in and out, it won't go, and that's a big miss. Nice rebound by Gibson.
Yes. That's a big, huge rebound. Evanston's got to play smart. Don't need to rush the shot. We've got to play smart.
Jones weaving through the Viking defense.
Well, you said don't rush the shot and play smart. That was a smart rush shot.
But it was good movement.
Claiborne with a nice move. Got the Vikings acting in. Under 2 minutes now in the overtime. Claiborne guarding Jones closely. Into the lane. Got some help from Boss. Here's Holden now, who's had incredible quickness. Boss. 90 seconds to play. 2 points separate these teams. Boss. Holden now. Had the lane, but didn't take it. Ooh, and he had Franklin beat, but he stopped again. Holden into the lane, lost the handle, big turnover. Here's Franklin, he's got help. He took it himself and won. Oh no! It's tied up again with 59.8 seconds remaining, and the Vikings are going to have an opportunity to take a lead with a free throw.
Franklin is eating us alive, folks. He's closing out the 4th quarter and then going into overtime.
And I hate to say it, but that was a freshman mistake from Gibson to come over and foul after it was clear he was going to get a shot. Just cannot foul. Franklin now with a chance to open up a 1-point lead for Niles North.
I feel like we're missing Hall out there, you guys. Maybe he hasn't had the best afternoon or evening tonight, but Hall's been our man.
Yeah.
Big ovation now from North and Evanston. And he missed. Big miss by Franklin. We're still tied. Under a minute in overtime. 72-72. My voice is going.
Hang on a little longer there.
Yes.
Here's Jones. 40 seconds.
Come on, gotta break the plane.
A little too much hand there. A little too much hand there by Franklin.
That was actually a good foul because Jones hasn't had the best day at the line, although he did make those 2 clutch free throws at the end of regulation.
Really wonderful game of basketball here tonight. Honored to be the call with you. Lance Jones at the line to try and take the lead. He does. Evanston 73, Niles North 72.
I'm running out of adjectives for these free throws, how big they are.
Yes, important, important, important.
This is a gargantuan free throw here, Professor.
There you go.
And he makes it.
That was a ginormous free throw.
And so this next defensive effort is also very important. Evanston's got to play very smart. We've got to know that who their key person is going to be, but we can't underestimate anyone else on the Vikings.
Possession here now. Niles North down by 2. 30 seconds to play in overtime. Franklin, who's been their money man. 3. Off target. That's a huge miss. Henley with the board. That could be it. Here comes Holden. He's got help. He's going to slow it down. Niles has got a foul. Into the lane. Oh, my. A block.
How did they call a block? Oh, good Lord.
But you got to credit Holden with that ball handling.
It looked like there was a North player in position to take a charge there.
Oh, he was still moving.
That's a borderline.
Very borderline, very borderline.
Crazy scenes here in Evanston.
Huge, huge free throws here for Holden. Could make it a 2-possession game.
Huge.
Ginormous, gargantuan.
Huge. But you got to credit Holden with the ball handling skills.
This is an interstellar free throw here by Holden.
Both of them are very important.
Big one there, making a 3-point game. 75-72. 7.6 seconds remaining in overtime. And it's good.
Evanston's got to play smart.
Get a foul on a 3-pointer. This should do it.
Don't even no fouls. No fouls.
They guard him. Here's the 3, and it's off target. That'll do it.
Yeah!
The buzzer
gets win.
It took 5 quarters.
The revenge is complete.
Evanston is victorious.
Mob ensuing on the floor.
Boy, what a game. And this has got to go down as the best game all season long. Just goes to show you the importance of free throws. This was definitely a game that showed you brought it to the end, free throws.
Unbelievable scenes here from Beardsley Gymnasium. Our final score after overtime, 76 for the Wildcats, 72 for the Vikings. A 4-point victory here tonight. Let me give a big shout out to our production crew, Josiah, Ethan, Robert, Kathy, and Eric. William for producing and directing this sports telecast. And of course, as always, I'm joined by Coach Brown and Professor Werner. I'm Christopher May, and another amazing evening of basketball. Thank you for joining us. Any last thoughts, Coach and Professor?
Well, Chris, always I said I enjoy doing these games with you, play-by-play, being able to chime in. And what a great, great game, folks. If you weren't in this gym tonight, gosh, you missed a great one. You missed a great one, and I'm happy with the results.
I was just super impressed from the 2 junior guards, Holden and Jones, how they stepped up in that extra period. Clutch free throws, smart plays. Holden finished with 24, Jones with 22. How Jones battled back from that cramp to lead this team to a great, great conference win, still in first place in the conference.
Incredible, eventful, wonderful game of basketball here tonight inside Beardsley Gymnasium. Incredible scenes. I'm out of words. An ineffable evening of football and basketball and soccer and tennis and everything. Happy Super Bowl weekend to all. Thank you for joining us. Everybody have a safe and beautiful weekend. Good night.